All right, good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. 48 First Alert Meteorologist Burke. Appreciate you joining us for Weather Extra. It is 10:30 and already turning out to be a beautiful day across the Tennessee Valley. If you were out this morning, you probably noticed that it was pretty cool. Temperatures actually dropped into the mid 40s to low 50s for most locations across North Alabama and Middle Tennessee. And another thing we were dealing with was very dense fog, and that's something Chief Meteorologist Brad Travis was telling you about during the evening newscast yesterday. Just a lot of soil moisture from all the rainfall that we've seen over the past couple of days, and guess what? We've got more rain coming over the next several days. However, it will not be today. I've been hyping up this day. It is my pick of the week, and I think it's no contest, but maybe you liked yesterday. Nothing wrong with it. A little bit of cloud cover. Temperatures were in the 60s for highs, which is well below average. 80 is where we should be for May the 6th. And one of the cameras that had the most dense fog this morning, it was right there in the shoals over parts of Wilson Lake. You've got Wilson Dam still letting some water out there due to the heavy rainfall we've seen lately. But those bodies of water always a little bit more fog prone than other locations across the area. And then we're going to bounce out to Marshall County. Things look a lot better now. During the morning newscast between 4:30 and 7, you couldn't even see the lake. You could see how green the trees were, but you couldn't see the lake, and that dense fog was just kind of scattered across the area. Now that the sun comes up a little earlier as we continue to march through the spring season, our temperatures start to warm up from our lows a little bit sooner. And once the sun angle gets up, that fog mixes on out, and you're left with what you see right now, just a few fair weather clouds. That's really all we're expecting for a good portion of the rest of your morning into the afternoon. Looks like we'll see some more clouds coming in by probably the evening commute and then staying with us overnight. And then that's all coming ahead of the rainfall that we're going to see over the next couple of days. So quick check of temperatures. Remember, yesterday, our high temperatures we hit 4:30, 5 o'clock in the afternoon was about 66 to 68. So we're already as warm as we were yesterday, and we still have some warming left in the tank too, mainly thanks to that sunshine. Wind fairly light today out of the west and southwest, but you can see just the progression of temperatures as we go through the rest of your Tuesday. Turns out to be a great day. I know with the fog this morning plus the morning dew, your grass still might be a little bit on the saturated side. That is my chore for today, is go out and cut the grass because we've seen so much rainfall lately. It's green, it's lush, looks great, just a little bit tall. And if you don't get it cut today, maybe after work or you get home from school, you might not be able to cut it for a couple days because we are tracking more rain. And you see that here on your 4-day forecast. Today, 76, there are your average high and lows at the bottom of the graphic here, 80 and 57 for your high-low respectively. And then it goes into Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and basically we're going right back into that unsettled weather pattern. Now, unlike what we were dealing with last week, where we had the severe weather roll through on Friday, had some strong to severe storms on Saturday as well, including that EF1 tornado confirmed near the Rosalie area, the survey completed by the Weather Service yesterday. We don't have an organized threat of strong to severe storms. Now, I'm not saying we won't hear thunder or see lightning or maybe even deal with some brief gusty winds and heavy rain. It's just not going to be that favorable springtime setup for a widespread threat of organized severe weather. Temperatures tomorrow will be a little bit on the cooler side in the upper 60s to low 70s. We'll get to your Wednesday rain and storm timeline here in a second. And then Thursday and Friday, both of those days fairly similar, not just as far as temperatures go, but models have consistently put out kind of that scattered shower and storm chance as we go through the afternoon and evening hours of Thursday and Friday. So none of the next 3 days, Wednesday through Friday, will be start to finish rainfall. We'll have breaks. You'll have dry hours if you have things planned outside. If you have to try and cut the grass or whatever you have to do, you'll have opportunities to do that. But at some point of the day, most of us will at least see some form of scattered rain and storm. So no rain today. Have to stress that, reiterate that. Beautiful day from start to finish. Here's your rain and storm timeline for tomorrow, though, for your Wednesday. As soon as you leave the house tomorrow morning, you'll notice it will be a lot warmer. Overnight temperatures only falling into the upper 50s to low 60s. Combination of a few things there. It's the cloud cover moving in overnight. Clouds act like a blanket, keeps us a little bit warmer, and also the direction of that wind. Wouldn't be shocked to see at least some patchy fog out there for your Wednesday morning. Now tomorrow, notice how it just kind of goes up and down roller coaster as far as your chance of actually seeing rain and storms, it will be hit and miss. It's not just going to be a widespread swath of rain moving across the area. It won't be like that. It'll be more widely scattered in nature. And of course, we'll be tracking that, or you could track it yourself right there on your 48 First Alert weather app. So future radar, let's go through the rest of your Tuesday here. Temperatures continue to warm up. By 2:30 through about the evening commute, we start to see more cloud cover coming in from the west, and that's some of that added moisture, and it's just all going to continue to filter in as we go through the evening and overnight hours. Now, this is new model data coming in compared to what I showed you this morning, and we are looking at least the potential of seeing some rain showers as we go through that Wednesday morning drive to work and school. On top of that, could have some fog issues, but at least our temperatures are a lot warmer. A lot of you probably grabbing a sweatshirt or a jacket today. Then from that mid to late morning period, still have scattered showers, a couple rumbles of thunder. I think tomorrow the biggest threat is really just going to be heavy rain, and that could lead to ponding and puddles forming on area roadways. But look at where our temperatures are at too. Another pretty cool day for this time here in May, probably hitting upper 60s, maybe some low 70s, depends on if you see any breaks in the clouds. And notice the coverage wasn't anything widespread. Now we go into Thursday. Thursday looks to start off dry in the low to mid 60s, might even squeeze out some sunshine. Temperatures warming here into the upper 70s, low 80s. So a warm and definitely more humid day coming on Thursday. You take that warmth plus the added moisture, little disturbance comes in, more scattered showers and storms, mainly happening during that afternoon into the evening period. Trash Pandas out at Toyota Field. They start another homestand. 6:05 is your first pitch, taking on the Montgomery Biscuits, or hosting them rather. Always a big fan of the Biscuits, just the name, not the team itself, but I think that's one of the cooler names in minor league baseball. But this is going to be a fantastic night to be out to the ballpark. I know it's a Tuesday on a school night. I think it's a ladies' night. I'm not sure what that entails, but that's what they were advertising the game as. Tuesday night, ladies' night, and a beautiful evening. Temperatures are warm, winds will be calm. You'll start to see the clouds coming in, but just a great night to go watch some entertaining baseball like always. Pollen forecast. Past couple of weeks, it's been in the extreme category, but we're kind of rounding the corner as far as the max tree pollen. Everything for the most part is budded up, greened up nicely here. Still have some oak and hickory tree pollen, but now we're starting to see more and more of the grasses. But with the rain in the forecast, that will do a good job of kind of keeping the air a little bit cleaner, just because the best way to clear the air of pollens, particulates, and even pollution, that is precipitation. So another look here as we track some scattered showers and storms through Thursday, mainly isolated to that afternoon, evening time frame, and then once the sun sets, should see kind of a lull in activity. Now the models have gone back and forth on exactly what's going to happen for your Friday, and I'll tell you why. It's actually a center of low pressure. It's just kind of hanging out in the Gulf, and the path of this low, where it decides to finally go, is directly going to impact our rain and storm potential for Friday and also into the weekend too. Now I did bump up your Saturday rain chance just a little bit based on some of the model data for this morning. But if you look here, and this model is the European model, one of the longer range models, and it's actually keeping us almost entirely dry, just cloudy through the day on Friday. I think we'll still see some pop-up showers and storms. And then you go through Saturday, and notice at the very bottom of the graphic near that Birmingham metro area, we finally start to see that low coming out of the Gulf, and what that's going to do is bring us a chance for at least some showers on Saturday. So bumped up that rain chance just a little bit. This is your forecast rainfall, including tomorrow, Thursday, all the way through Friday evening, and models have backpedaled a little bit as far as the rainfall totals. Yesterday it was throwing out 1, 2, maybe up to 3 inches. Now we're talking more ½ an inch to 1.5 inches. But that's also on top of everything we have seen so far over the past couple of days, so our rainfall totals running on the high side. Severe weather threat today. That's well out into parts of Texas as well as Oklahoma. If you see that red box, that is a tornado watch there, and that's where the severe threat is. Hey, it's May 6th, and we still have snow showers there toward the Rockies and parts of New Mexico as well as Colorado. So it could be worse. I thought yesterday was a little chilly with highs in the 60s. At least it's not actively snowing. Forecast for tonight, Clouds come in first. Depending on how fast the clouds move in, that might determine how much fog we actually see for the morning commute on Wednesday. Temperatures a whole lot warmer, though, in the 50s and 60s, and we can't rule out a few showers overnight. I don't think we'll really hear too many rumbles of thunder. And then kind of just as you go through the day on Wednesday, have the umbrella, throw it in your purse, your backpack, whatever. Keep it in the back seat of your car as long as you have that umbrella with you. And then we get right to your 7 and now 10-day forecast. Try today. Best day of the week, in my opinion. You could argue with me all you want. I think it's going to be a very nice day here in May, but mostly sunny, 76 with more clouds later on. Temperatures tomorrow trending a bit cooler in the upper 60s, low 70s. Scattered showers, just kind of hit and miss. Not expecting any organized threat of severe weather or even strong storms for that matter. We just don't have that shear in place. Into the weekend, yesterday I had 20% Saturday, 20% Sunday. I did have to up Saturday at least just because of that low in the Gulf. Again, the models are going to push that every which direction over the next couple of days. My best advice, just keep checking back for the latest regarding your weekend forecast. But we're due for a nice weekend around here, so hopefully we could lower those rain chances at least for Saturday. Sunday looks good. Into next week, warmer than average temperatures back in the 70s. In even mid-80s there on the 10th day. Looks like we'll have a few more rounds of scattered showers and storms. But that's about it. Get outside, enjoy the fresh air. That's my best advice to you here on this Tuesday, as we do have chances for rain and storms Wednesday through Friday, and then hopefully the weekend will cooperate for a nice weekend here in May. But I'll be on at 11 o'clock, Tennessee Valley Living with Peyton Walker, and I'll also be on your newscast at noon with Gina Benitez. Enjoy the beautiful day, get outside, and thank you for joining us for Weather Extra. Have a great Tuesday, everyone.